friends, it's Abby from OP. I'm back with our video for this month. We are switching things over a little bit, and now what we're gonna do is I'm going to walk you through what we call our craft kits. How this works is Ophelia's place has workshops that we host online called our craft kit workshops, where you get to pick up supplies that we put in a little kit for you, or we can deliver it to you. That also works. And then we get to do all those crafts together during the event, and it's a ton of fun. But also, just in case you can't make it to the event, or it's full, or something else happens, you can watch this video and do the crafts along with me, just in case you want any help, or you're not sure what to do, or you just want to gaze upon my lovely face, whatever floats your boat. Either way, it's going to be a ton of fun, and I'm really excited to start this kind of new craft video thing with you all. I love Halloween and I love spooky season, if you can't tell by my couple creepy candles that I popped in the background to be festive. But I do love Halloween, and so the theme for our craft kit workshop this month is like a spooky decor party. So we're gonna make Halloween decorations that you can have at home, and I think it's gonna be a ton of fun, and I'm excited to show you. So I guess first what I'm gonna do is I'll just pull up this craft bag and show you everything that's going to be in there, so that when you get your craft kit and you look through it, you know all the stuff that should be in there. I put these together with love and care. Here's our bag. It's kind of big. You don't need to see the bag. The bag is boring. It's what's inside the bag that's exciting. To start off, a pumpkin. They're kind of like this foamy plasticky stuff, and we're going to do more of that later. But you should have a pumpkin, a black paint pen, a pair of scissors. Oops. You should have a pair of scissors. Please don't throw them. Be careful. You should have some white yarn and some black yarn. You should also have a green pipe cleaner, a stick, a couple sheets of different colors of construction paper or cardstock. Oh, the actual last thing that you're gonna find in there is this little white note card. You're gonna wanna hold on to that. There may or may not be some additional surprises in the bag, but I guess you'll just have to wait and see. Great thing about crafts is you can decide what you want to do as you want to go. I always say there's no right or wrong way to do art. There's no right or wrong way to do crafts. Whatever way you want to do it is the way that it should be done, right? So while all of these are I would say squishy guidelines, you can kind of play with them where you want. Feel free to explore and kind of experiment on your own. That's what crafting is all about. For right now, we just need the pen, the paint pen, and the pumpkin. So to get the paint pen started, I'll use this piece of red scrap paper I have here. All right, now that I've done that, I'll shake it again for a little bit longer. You gotta be patient with these paint pens sometimes. Sometimes they take a little while to get going. My paint pen now has paint on the tip, and I can start using it as a marker. Took me about like a minute, so just be patient with your pen, it'll work. We should just be able to paint whatever design we want onto our pumpkins. So I would say take a second to think about what you want to do. I know that for me, when I think of fall and pumpkins and Halloween, I of course think of your classic kind of like pumpkin carving design, but I also, if you know me, and even if you don't know me, now you know, I love henna tattoos. I think they're super beautiful, and I'm always really inspired by just the amount of pattern and decoration that it always has on there. I think it's very fun for eyes to look at because there's so much to look at. So I think I'll do something classic pumpkin-y, and then I'll also do something kind of like exciting and really full of design, like a henna tattoo. Yeah, I finished my pumpkin face. Some tips, I'm just gonna give these as we go, that way I don't lose track of them, but one thing I noticed with the paint pen is that while it does dry really fast, which is nice, when it's wet, it does smear really easily. Be careful not to touch your drawing until it dries. It really doesn't take that long, just a couple of minutes. But now that I have my pumpkin face, I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of the designs around the other parts of the pumpkin. I did some henna inspired designs on top. Oh, still kind of wet. I have my pumpkin face, which I enhanced a little bit. I gave it some creepy pumpkin arms. And then I gave it just kind of a cool, cute design on the back with a skull and some ghosts and some branches and plants and stuff. So this is my pumpkin. This is the design my pumpkin has. I'm actually super happy with it. Your pipe cleaner, and you grab your green piece of paper if you want. What you're gonna do with your pipe cleaner is you are going to fold it not quite in the middle, just a little off center, right there. And you're gonna take that fold and you're gonna loop it right either around or under your pumpkin stem. Mine just kind of, see how it just kind of snugs under there? And then you can take your pipe cleaner and just wrap it around your finger like that. Do the same thing with the other one. And then you get some pumpkin curls, and then I just kind of like cute little pumpkin vines. And the final step is, if you would like, you can take your scissors and a green piece of paper, and you can cut out, I'll just use my paint pen, a pumpkin leaf, which kind of look, oh gosh, I don't think I know what a pumpkin leaf looks like. I'm gonna pretend that a pumpkin leaf looks kind of like that. So I will cut out my leaf. If you want to add some more design to your leaf, like I am, I say go for it. All pumpkin leaves are good pumpkin leaves. Take a pencil and poke a little hole in the bottom of your leaf. Oh, that's actually tougher paper than I expected. Oh, there we go. Haha. See, now I get a little hole. And all you have to do is straighten out one of your pipe cleaner stems and spin it down a little bit until you get it back to the stem. Twist up your pumpkin vine again, and there you, oh, it kind of looks like it's wearing a little hat. You have your pumpkin decoration. Ta-da! I'm really excited that you get to do these because I'm really happy with the way my pumpkin turned out. I'm going to name her Marshmallow. Yeah. All right, this is Marshmallow the pumpkin. I love her. She has a little leaf for a hat. That was super fun. And I hope you're ready to move on to part 2 of our craft kit project. You're going to need your stick, your scissors, white and black yarn, and you're going to need this little white card. And of course, you're going to need the rest of your sheets of construction paper. What you're gonna need for the first part of this part of the craft is your white yarn and this little card right here. So we are going to be making ghosts out of yarn, which is a ton of fun. You're gonna wanna unravel some of your yarn, not all of it, just enough so that you get like a good amount of string here. See this note card, you're gonna use this as like a measuring tool. So with your yarn, you want to have the end start here at the end of the card, and at the other end of the card, that's where you're going to fold your string, and you're going to have it come back down this way, right? So you have it like that. You're gonna do that again. So once your string gets to this end of the card, you're gonna fold it back again. And then you're gonna keep on doing that with your yarn until you have most of it kind of folded out here in front of you. Don't worry about it being like perfect. A little bit of give on either end is totally okay. This is where you want to be a little careful. Take your bundle and just kind of clump it together. Get like about that much of your white yarn here. And you're gonna lay it out in front of you. And then you're gonna take your bundle of yarn and you're gonna lay it across your string, your little one piece of string. And then you're going to take your string, and you're going to tie it very tightly as close to the center of your bundle of yarn as you can. You don't want to pull it so tight that your yarn breaks, but you do want to tie it tight enough that it's not going to come undone and the yarn isn't going to be too loose. So once you have that, you are going to take your bundle of yarn and you are going to fold it in half. So you should have your two little strings from where you tied it right here, and then you should have this funky looking jellyfish thing. You're going to take another piece of string, cut that there, and you're going to lay it out similar to the way you did with the other one. And then you're going to take your jellyfish bit, the unofficial term, fold it in half, put it just a little bit over the string. Take your tiny piece and tie it real tight again so you get this kind of little circle. Make sure it's not going to come undone. Double knot it if you would like. I always like to. And you can either leave those loose edges or trim them, up to you. But what you get at the end of all this is a ghost. Or the beginnings of a ghost, at least. I would recommend, if you want your ghost to be super kind of shaggy, all these little loops of yarn here at the bottom, you can just take your scissors, you can do a little snip snip, and you can just cut them like that, and it gives your ghost a little bit more of the kind of raggedy, spooky appearance. This is your ghost. This is kind of your end product, and this is a place where you can definitely practice a little of your own creativity if you'd like. If you have googly eyes at home, or buttons, or anything that you think you could stick on as like eyes, you're welcome to do so. You could try and use your paint pen to leave some marks. Oh, it kind of works. So if you really want to do that, you can, and just kind of poke some color on there. Oh, I actually kind of love that. So go ahead and do that if you would like. But this is step one of this craft. So take your ghost and you're gonna set it to the side. To complete this part of the craft kit, you're gonna take your stick, and this is going to be part of what you could call like a wall hanging, and it's just going to be kind of a cool decoration you can hang on your wall that's going to have cool Halloween stuff hanging on it. So you're going to take the rest of your white yarn if you have any left over. If you don't, that's okay, you can use your black yarn. I would recommend measuring your yarn out as long as your stick is. Give it a little snip snip, and then take each end of your yarn and just tie it towards the end of your stick. Not so close that it's gonna slip off and it won't be able to hold the stick anymore, but just enough that it's on the edge. Just trying to balance it out on either side so that your stick doesn't lean too heavily one way or another, unless you want it to. But that way you can have something like this, and if you want it to have a bit more give, you can scoot your ties over to the middle a little bit more. So this will be the base of your hanging. Kind of fun, right? And next what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a couple more things that you can hang off of your stick. Your ghost is gonna be one of them. I'll do a bat with one of my black sheets, and then skull with my white sheet. So what I'm gonna do for my bat is I'll just use my paint pen because we have it here. I'm just going to trace out what I think a bat is gonna look like, and then you can always even it out later too. There we go. A little bat, and give it some little claws. Aha! Okay, cool. So that is my bat. I'll take my scissors and I'll cut out my bat. Remember the key to cutting with paper, especially construction paper, because it can be a little soft. It's just patience. We're not in a rush, right? As you can see, I got my bat cut out. I love him. He's adorable. I'm gonna set him to the side, and I will do the same thing with my floating eyeball. I'll draw a circle, give it some wings, my eyeball some veins, because it doesn't have any eyelids, so it's probably a little bit dry. And then the iris and the pupil. If you have other markers or colored pencils and you want to give this a little more detail at home, be my guest and send me a picture, because that'll be kind of cool to take a look at. Or we got an eyeball with wings. Okay, so I have my flying eyeball, I have my bat, and I have my ghost. I love my ghost. And I have my stick with my string. Since my ghost already has some strings tied on top, I'm going to trim that one off, trim this one off. There we go. And I'm going to tie my ghost head string to the middle of my wall hanging. Double knot it if you want. There we go. I'll do another double knot. It's hard to tie with poofy string. Cool. So you have your ghost. I'm gonna brush it out a little bit He's so cute. Okay, and then next what I'm gonna do is similar to what we did with the pumpkin earlier. You can take a pencil and just mark where you want to poke a hole. Poke a hole in the top of your bat's head, which might seem a little rude, but don't worry. They're gonna like it once they're on the stick. And you can do the same thing with your eyeball. And keep in mind, I'm saying eyeball and bat because those are the ones that I did. Whatever you ended up coming up with that you wanted to cut out of your paper and hang on your stick is totally fine. But this is where you take your black yarn or whatever other kind of yarn you have. I'm saying the colors because it's what I have, but I know everybody's are a little different. And then you're gonna take it and you're gonna thread it through that little hole as best you can. Because it's kind of wider than my ghost, I'm gonna have it hang a little bit lower. Oh gosh. So I'll cut the string like here, put it there, I wanna have it on that side, and I'm gonna tie it here on my stick. Take another bit of string, slightly shorter than my eyeball string, but longer than my ghost string. I'll do it there, thread it through. Be careful not to rip it when you tie your knot. You got your bat, your stick, and I'm gonna hang it on the other side. Cut that edge off, and voila! Once you've tied on your bat and your eyeball, if that's what you went with, and your ghost, you have your spooky Halloween decor, a little wall hanging, and you can just put a tack in the wall or tape it up, whatever works for wherever you are, and you can hang it, and it's just a cute little decoration for you to keep at home. I'm so excited. Not only do we have our cute little pumpkins that we can place around our space, we also have our wall hanging. So you can do, oh gosh, so you can find a nice place on your wall. There we go. And it's just like a cool way to decorate your space and get a little bit more of that spooky Halloween vibe that we all love. This was super fun for me. I tried to point out some of the things that were a little tricky as we were going through the video. But again, I know it was a lot to watch, so if you missed anything or if you felt like something could have been explained differently, let me know. I love constructive feedback, and I want to make this as easy and accessible for people as I possibly can. I also hope that you enjoyed the little secret extra something in there, because that was fun to put together. But overall, I just hope you have a marvelous Halloween, a fabulous fall, and I'm excited to see you at our workshop or our future workshops, and I really hope you check out everything that we have going on at OP right now. We have all of our craft kit workshops, we have our fun days, we have open house nights if you and your family want to come and check out what we do together. We have our community groups, a lot of really cool stuff, a great place to meet friends, hang out with people, and just have a good time. And I'm there too, so, you know, all good things. Of course, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, our website. That's where we have all the information about the things we have going on. And I really hope to see you there. So stay safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.